Hi, boys and girls. We are now on lesson number 9 of chapter 11, which is showing equal parts of a whole. So to begin, we'll go over some of the math vocabulary that was introduced the last lesson. So the first one is the word equal. Equal means having the exact same size. So as you can see in this rectangle, there are two parts. Both of them are the exact same size. And that leads us into the first word, halves, which means to have two equal parts, like you can see in this circle and this square. Then let's move on to thirds, which means three equal parts, as you can see in this circle and this rectangle. And then fourths, which are four equal parts, as you can see in the circle and that square. Remember, the word equal is super important because you can have two different parts, and if they're not the same size, they are not halves. They have to be the exact same. So to start the lesson off, you're going to be circling the shapes below that show equal parts. So you're just going to be dragging these circles over to the ones that are equal. All right, for this one, I did have to modify it because if we were in the classroom, you would be drawing this in yourself, but because we don't have that option right now, you're going to be dragging in the shape that matches the equal parts that you're supposed to show. So for example, the first one I did for you, it says show thirds. So I had two different circles, and I dragged the one to the center that showed thirds. Both of them have three parts, but only this one had three equal parts. You're going to be doing the same thing for the rest. So number 2 is halves. You're picking which one of those actually shows halves. Then fourths, halves again, fourths, and thirds. Remember, focusing on equal parts. You're going to be doing the same exact thing for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You're just dragging the shape into the center of the colored shape to show your answer. And then once again, the same thing for 13, 14, and 15. Once you get to 16, there's a shape right here. It is a square, and it has three parts. And the question is, does this shape show thirds? Remember, if you're not sure what thirds means, you can go back to our vocabulary, and thirds are three equal parts. You're going to type your answer to explain whether that shape shows thirds or it doesn't. And over here I have included some sentence frames for you. So this shape does or does not show thirds. I know this because, and then you're going to write how you know that. And then for the last part, number 17, Colton and 3 friends want to share a pizza equally. Draw to show how the pizza should be divided. You're going to look at these 4 options and drag your choice to the center of this blue circle. So the first thing you need to do is figure out how many people will be sharing the pizza, and then you should be able to figure out which one of those would be shown equally. For number 18, so there are 2 square pizzas. Each pizza is cut into fourths. How many pieces of pizza are there? I do have 2 squares here, so you're going to have to imagine that they are in fourths, both of them, and then try to figure out how many pieces of pizza that would be. And then the last one you're going to do is fill in the bubble next to the shapes that show thirds. It does say explain your answer. Don't worry about explaining, but you're just going to be dragging these over to the shapes that show thirds, focusing on equal parts. All right, I hope you enjoy.